Good morning to all of you. In our last class, we have seen the application of what is pressure and what is the application involving high pressure, and which we have talked about the knife, about the pin, and in the case of low pressure, we have talked about the skidding. We have talked about the width of the tractor tire, and we have talked about our shoulder pad, means our strip of the bag. And we have seen that if the force is constant, then if area will be more, pressure will be less, and if area will be less, pressure will be more. Now we will see the pressure exerted by liquid and gas, that is fluid. What is the meaning of fluid? Which can flow easily. What is the meaning of fluid? Which can flow easily. And what can flow easily? We have learned in our earlier class about the solid, liquid and gas. And if we have to define in one word the difference between solid, liquid and gas, so what we will define by what? With the help of intermolecular spacing, the spacing between the space between the two molecules. As we know that in the case of solid, the space between the molecules is very less, that is negligible. In the case of liquid, the space between the molecule is somewhat greater than solid, and in the case of gas, the space between the molecules is very high. And that's why we say that in the solid the molecules are tightly packed, in the case of liquid the molecules are loosely packed, and in the case of gas the molecules are they are away from each other. And so that's why we say that the solid has particular shape, but the liquid takes the shape of the container, and gas occupied all the if it is put in the closed container, so if it will be 10 gram or 100 gram, it will occupy all the container. If we will throw 1 kg of sugar, it's on the floor, it's easy to collect. But if we will throw 1 liter of water, then it is will be difficult. But if we will throw 1 kg of gas in the air, so we cannot get it back. So today we will deal with the pressure exerted by liquid or gas, that is you will come in the higher class, that is only known with the Pascal law, that is Pascal principle. And what Pascal principle state that? Pascal is the name of the scientist. It states that the pressure applied to an enclosed liquid means liquid is enclosed, like you take your toothpaste. So it is enclosed, toothpaste is enclosed. So Pascal principle states that pressure applied to an enclosed liquid is transmitted equally to every part of the liquid. Is transmitted equally means if there is enclosed liquid, and if a pressure is applied, so that pressure is equally transmitted in every part of the liquid. Like here it is given that what will happen when you squeeze the toothpaste. And second thing, so what will happen? So if the liquid is trapped in the container, if we are taking here a container and in this there is some liquid, and if what is happening, we are applying a force, means there is a piston which is movable piston, and we are pushing it. Okay, as we have learned that push or pull, what is force, a push or a pull. And so if a liquid is trapped in a container and this pressure is applied, so this pressure will be transmitted equally in all the direction, And if we will what we will do, if we will make hole in this container at equal height in all the direction, if we will, what we are making, watch it as a 3D view, okay, 3-dimensional view. So these holes are supposed at equal height, and if we are applying the pressure, so if these holes are equal height, so the water that moves out from the holes receive the same pressure, means water will come out from these holes with equal pressure. That is Pascal law. Now here we will see one of the activity which is from your NCERT book, that pressure exerted by liquid and gas. Guess what we are taking? We are taking a transparent glass tube or a plastic pipe. Why we are taking transparent glass tube? That we can watch the height of the water in this tube, and we are supposing that we are taking the length of the pipe tube should be about 15 centimeter. The length should be 15 centimeter and the diameter should be 5 to 7.5 centimeter. And we are taking a piece of thin sheet. We are thin sheet of a good quality rubber. Say a rubber balloon. We are taking a rubber balloon and we are stretching the rubber sheet tightly over one end of the pipe and other is open. Now hold the pipe in the middle. We are holding the pipe in the middle as shown in the diagram, and we are keeping it to the vertical position, and we are asking one of our friend to pour water. We are putting the water from upside, and we are noticing the height of the water column in the pipe. Now this is the first case, and in the second case and now we are observing here also the bulge which is taking the rubber sheet. Okay, now we have noted down. Now to the friend we are saying that now add some more water, which we have shown here with the other diagram, and now we again observe the bulge in the rubber sheet and the height of the water column, and this process we will repeat a few times, and we will see the relation between the amount of bulge in the rubber sheet and the height of water column in the pipe. And from this we can conclude that pressure exerted by water at the bottom of the container, it depends on the height of its column, water column. Here see, the height of the water is less. That's why we are saying that the rubber is less, means we are taking the balloon, it is less bulge, but here it is bulge more. Why it is? Due to the height of the water. So the pressure exerted, the water is exerting pressure at the bottom of the container, and the pressure which is exerted by the water at the bottom of the container depends on the height of its column. It's very much important activity, and it is showing that if the water will be more, then the pressure exerted will also be more. Means the pressure exerted by the water at the bottom of the container, it depends on the height of its column. On what thing it depends? Depends on the height of the column. So this activity you can perform at your home also. What you have to take? You will take a transparent glass tube or a plastic pipe, and the length should be 15 centimeter. If it will be 14 or somewhat more or less, then also it is okay, and diameter should be near about 5 to 7.5 centimeter, and you will take a good quality of rubber so that the water should not be leaked from that rubber, like you can take a balloon. Okay, now what you have to do? Rubber balloon you take and you hold this plastic pipe or glass tube in your one hand, and with the help of one more friend you say to pour the water, or you take a glass tube or plastic tube pipe in one hand, and with the help of other hand you pour water in the that pipe. Okay, and you observe the bulging part of the balloon, what is happening. And you will observe that as the height of the water is going on increasing, the balloon will bulge more and more. So from this experiment, from this activity, we come to learn that pressure exerted by water at the bottom of the container depends on the height of its column. Okay, now in the next class we will say that a liquid exert pressure on the wall of the container. This activity we will see in our next video lecture. So what you will do, you did this activity, and after reading and listen this activity, after listening this activity, write this activity in your own words and try to do activity at your home. Thank you.